Rob Dayton with the Master's Program. And I got a question for you. Do you know who the last enemy is? And more importantly, do you know what your enemy is? In the Master's Program, we're pushing men and women to find their life mission. That God designed purpose, passion, potential for their lives. We want them to walk squarely in that life mission. And so we have a process to lead you to that so that you can live it. One of the interesting things about life mission is it can also identify your enemy. Let me tell you what I mean. So the Apostle Paul introduces to the concept in 1 Corinthians 15 that Jesus is ruling and he's abolishing all his enemies. He's going to rule and he's going to abolish all his enemies. And Paul says the last enemy to be defeated is death itself. So we know the last enemy is death. But doesn't that kind of raise a question? It does in my mind. What are all the other enemies? And I can think of so many. I've journaled enemy after enemy. What about poverty? What about the enemy of loneliness? The enemy of being an orphan? There are so many enemies on this planet. What is your enemy? What is the enemy that God has specifically designed you to destroy? You know, it's kind of interesting that John, the Apostle John, in 1 John, he says that the purpose of Jesus is to destroy the works of the devil. And you, as a follower of Jesus, are on board with that mission. Yeah, you have a place in that mission. You have an enemy to destroy. And so we want to follow Jesus onto the battlefield. We want to understand who our enemy is. I can tell you my enemy, it's lust. As a young kid, lust destroyed me. It wrecked my first marriage. It almost put me under. But I'm an overcomer and I overcame that. I overcame lust. And now, because of that overcoming, I have authority with Jesus to defeat lust, specifically in other men. So in my journey to show men their life mission, typically we're destroying lust along the way. And so I believe that's my enemy. What is your enemy? I can tell you it's probably something that you've overcome, something that Jesus has been working on you since maybe a very young age. I think it's pretty easy, and here's the kind of thing that makes it so cool is your enemy is going to be related, I believe, to your life mission. In other words, your life mission and all the skills and design God's given you is going to target one of the enemies of the kingdom. Perhaps you don't know what your enemy is or you haven't overcome yet. Either way, join us in the Master's Program. We want to show you how to do that. We want to take you to the calling that only God has given you to do. So have a great week, and we're in your corner.